Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be when your life becomes a part of their game. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, your life, what is it? Well, your life is precious. It is for a certain period of time on this planet. And remember, each and every one of us is not guaranteed to be here another day. So that's why you need to maximize your time each and every day. Do the best thing you can. But it's rather difficult to do that when you are in a narcissistic relationship, because the narcissist looks at life as a big game. They really do. As a game they must win. As a game where they must acquire the most tangible assets, devastate the most relationships they possibly can, crush people, etc. Now, I'm not a doom and gloom person. I'm just letting you know that the narcissist does see life as a game. It's a game that they must win. Remember, the narcissist looks at each and every individual not only as a pawn or as someone to be taken advantage of, someone to manipulate, but they look at that individual as an opportunity. They want to see what they can extract from that individual, and that person was you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. Bear all of these things I'm sharing in mind. The narcissist, each and every day, they are trying to figure out how to manipulate. They're trying to figure out how to change the narrative. They're trying to figure out what truths to share, what untruths to share, what partial truths or no truths. Remember, the narcissist, they want individuals to be not starring or co-starring. They want individuals to be in their Hollywood movie as an extra. That's what they want. And nothing against extras in Hollywood movies. I get it. They're bit actors, and hopefully they get bigger roles down the line. But in the narcissistic relationship, there's no such thing as a bigger role. The narcissistic script that runs in their tiny little brain revolves around themselves exclusively. And what they do is they have people that they interchange in that script throughout the length of their lifetime. Everybody is expendable to a narcissist. Everybody, including family members, including associates, business associates, romantic interests, people in communities and or organizations. Nobody is safe from the narcissist. Now, I'm not being dramatic. I'm letting you know that the narcissist doesn't look at individuals as beautiful, bright, shining lights. They look at people as objects to take from. They look at your strengths that you have as weaknesses. They will never tell you how beautiful you are. They will never tell you how strong and courageous you are. They're not going to adore you. They're not going to fawn all over you. They're going to do nothing of the sort. They're going to make sure that you do that to them. Keep this in mind. The mask the narcissist wears, it is an intentional mask to disrupt your energy, to have you become an extension of them, to have you lose your identity, to have you giving to a fault, to have you believing in the narcissist's rhetoric. That's what they want. That's what they're accustomed to. That's what's been working for them throughout the length of their life. Why would they change something that has been working? Remember, there's an old adage in English, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Well, that's what the narcissist thinks. And believe me, they figure out how to master and or fine-tune their skills of manipulation throughout the body of their life. They do that until, of course, as each and every aging narcissist experiences, Father Time catches up with them and people understand who they are, and people slowly remove themselves from the proximity of the narcissist. In other words, they don't want anything to do with them, because remember, each and every one of us gets exposed over time. We all reveal ourselves, each and every one of us. You may claim that you are A, B, and C. Well, do your actions match up with your words? If the answer is yes, then you probably are A, B, and C. If you're saying you're X, Y, and Z and your actions don't match up with your words, then sorry, you're not an authentic individual, and that is exactly what a narcissist is. They're not authentic. What they do is they glom on to unsuspecting individuals, which for a period of time was you, and they extract your resources. Perhaps they get you to fall in love with them. Remember, the narcissist can't fall in love, and they have no empathy. So if you think for a minute the narcissist actually loved you, think again. Tough love, but it's real. The narcissist only wanted you to fall in love with them, to have you become attached to them. They wanted you to be an actor in their game of manipulation. And again, remember, just like in Hollywood, actors aren't guaranteed to get roles. They have to try out for the roles again and audition and see if they get cast. That's what the narcissist does with individuals. That's what they're doing with the new supplies. That's why they're always out gallivanting the globe and attending conferences and attending functions, and they're trying to chum up and buddy up with people that they don't even know, because they are casting for a role. They were casting for your replacement. Now they're probably casting for your replacement's replacement. And who will fit the bill? Who will be the person who will jump into that position? It will be somebody who doesn't have the wisdom. It will be somebody who doesn't find the needle in a haystack. It will be someone who isn't understanding and getting the acknowledgement on my channel. It will be someone who believes that this individual, i.e. the narcissist, is a perfect fit for them. And how could they be single? And why did I not meet the love of my life so much earlier? And the narcissist is playing this script to a T, because they played it over and over and over again. All they're doing is inserting another individual into their game. That's what they're doing. And this individual, who perhaps could be the new supply, whoever knows by now, but that person, again, they think they found gold. They think they just won the lottery. They think that they just found the yin to their yang. None of that could be further from the truth. The truth is they're gonna go down the same path you went down, but most likely it will be a shorter period of time, and the abuse will be ramped up, because the narcissist, again, is aging. They're fine-tuning their skills of manipulation. And remember, they get bored and jaded easily. That is why so frequently, if you get this part of the message, take this part home if you don't take anything else. When you profess the magic words to the narcissist, I love you, or I will marry you, or let's move in together, or let's relocate, or let's start a business, or let's buy a house, or let's get a mortgage, or let's have children, etc. Any of those things and many others, when you say those things to the narcissist, that's when they know, okay, I've done enough work here. It's time to dial it back a little bit. I will really test the waters of this relationship, and I will begin to slowly devalue this person, which was you, and I'll see how much they can tolerate. I'll see if they really do love me. I'll see if they really do want to have children with me. I'll see if they really do want to relocate halfway around the globe, etc. And when you fall in line and do what the narcissist wants you to do, then you are a good source of supply, and they love that. Now they have their human punching bag, if you will. Now they have the sounding board. Now they have the ring on the finger. Now they have that perfect person cast for the next role in the narcissist's life, the next person to play the game with them. The only difference is you didn't know you were playing a game. You thought you were in a loving, stable, healthy relationship, specifically if you got married, but nothing could have been further from the truth. The truth was you were manipulated, you were taken advantage of, you were looked upon as prey. You were looked upon as a vulnerable individual, which is another thing I'll mention for a moment. When you met the narcissist, there is a great chance that you were in a vulnerable position. Perhaps you were looking to exit a previous relationship. Perhaps you were grieving the loss of a death of a loved one. Perhaps you just had moved to a new town, city, country, or location. Perhaps it was your first day on the job. Perhaps it was your first day in the organization or community. Perhaps you didn't know exactly where you were headed and you were kind of lost, and you joined some community, and lo and behold, the narcissist sized you up quickly, and they're like, oh, this one is fresh, and this one doesn't know what's going on. I will say all the words I need to say to get them to buy into the false narrative. I will do all the things I need to do to get them to believe in me and have them not believe in themselves. And slowly, insidiously, I will be taking away from them. I will be chipping away at their worth, at their value, at their belief system. And before they know it, it will be too late. I will have already moved in with them, or they would have already loaned me money, or we would have already been married, or we would have already gone into business together, etc. This is how the narcissist operates many times. They operate under cloak and dagger. They operate underneath the surface. That is why if you are trying to explain post-narcissistic relationship, or even if you're in one right now, and if you are, my heart goes out to you, but when you're trying to explain to another individual what your experience with the narcissist was, they will not be able to wrap their head around it unless they've gone through the relationship themselves. They flat out won't. They can nod their head and say they get it, they understand, and wow, it must have been challenging, or toughen it out, or hang in there, buddy, it's gonna be okay. Well, they don't get it, they don't understand. It's not until people go through the narcissistic relationship firsthand, and they have to pick themselves up and dust themselves off by the bootstraps and put themselves back together virtually by themselves, a shell of themselves, isolated, alone, not knowing which way to turn, not even knowing what narcissism is at that point. When you have to do that, then you finally figure out, oh my goodness, you Google spouse won't talk to me or something like that, and you're like, oh my gosh, and my channel pops up and you're like, holy cow, there's a whole community of people like this. How come I didn't know about this? You didn't know about it because you weren't taught it in school, number one. But number two, you were never supposed to figure it out. You're supposed to be playing that game with your life, with the narcissist. Remember, your life is serious. Your life is meant to be experienced. Your life is not meant to be drawn out. Your life is meant to be relished, cherished, honored, and experienced to the fullest. That's not what the narcissist wanted. They wanted you to become a shell of yourself and to live their life, essentially to be the unpaid helper, to do things for them, to make them feel better, to be their sounding board, to be the person that endures the mental, spiritual, verbal, emotional abuse and financial abuse, of course. That's what your role was. You just didn't know it. But then again, you didn't know you were cast into a position, into this game that the narcissist calls life. Remember, life is not a game. A game is like a board game that you may play when you're a child or maybe as an adult. And the object there is to win the game, but to have fun doing it. That's called experiencing something, playing a game. Life isn't a game, but that's how the narcissist sees it. And they see each individual on the planet, specifically those of you who made it this far in the video, as pawn pieces, as pieces to be moved around the board, whatever game you're thinking about. Let's use chess as an example. They look at you as a pawn to be sacrificed to the other side because you don't matter to them. All that matters is that you were in the game for a period of time. They will find your replacement, believe me when I tell you. They will find another pawn, another person who does not know or have the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle. That's why the narcissist goes from place to place, business to business, relationship to relationship, town to town, country to country, leaving a wake of destruction in their past. The reason they do that is because they don't care. They can't introspect. They don't care about human beings as human beings. They care about human beings for what they provide, how it makes the narcissist feel, how it makes the narcissist look, what they can take from you. Another thing, remember, the narcissist goes after high value people, people that have a lot to offer to the planet, that perhaps are down on their luck or are vulnerable and certainly don't have the awareness on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Understand the message. So to the narcissist, this thing called life, yeah, it is a game. It's a game of accumulation. It's a game of accumulating how many relationships they can blow up, how many people they can keep trapped in the narcissistic fog, how much money they can extract from people, how much time, energy, effort they can extract from people. And also, they want you to never believe in yourself. Play that again. The narcissist never wants you to ever believe in yourself again. They want to live in your head. They want you to be thinking about them. They want you to be pining for them. They want you to be thinking FOMO, fear of missing out. They want you to be thinking about, wow, did the narcissist change? Oh my gosh, it looks like they're with a new supply, a new individual, and that person's getting the best. They're getting things that I should have had. That's all nonsense. That's your mind playing tricks on you. The truth of the matter is, when you were in the relationship with the narcissist, it was not all puppies and rainbows. It was anything but. You experienced gaslighting, stonewalling, the silent treatment for days on end, the toxicity of the narcissist, nasty smirks, the not answering texts or phone calls, the phone calls you're being hung up on, the invalidation, all the little alleged high school people that pop up out of the woodwork, the narcissist claiming they're going to sleep, laying right next to you when in fact they're on their smartphones until 3 o'clock in the morning getting supply on social media apps or dating apps or whatever they're doing. This is how the narcissist lives. This is what they do. This is their nature. They won't change. All they will do is say that they will consider making some adjustments. They never do it. Or they'll flat out tell you that you're the person with problems. Toughen it out. Everyone else deals with it. This is just the way I am. This is the country I'm from. This is the culture. No big thing. You take it or leave it. That's what the narcissist does. But think about it. The narcissist is nothing but a petulant child. They're a tiny little pea-brained individual who will never break their own little cycle. They need people to be playing that game with them. They need people to manipulate. They need people to take advantage of. And again, that was you for a period of time until you got the wisdom, until you found my channel. Now you're getting the wisdom and you're understanding that you want nothing to do with these toxic individuals any longer. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware and understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. Guys, life is not a game. Life is meant to be cherished, relished, enjoyed, experienced, and lived. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be doing the best thing we can on this planet and helping ourselves out, and when our cup is full, helping other individuals out. We're not supposed to be taking. The narcissist, all they want to do is take, manipulate, lie, steal, cheat, create damage and destruction. That's what they want to do. And if you ever doubt that, ask yourself one question. Who was the person you saw when you were discarded? Think about that. Did you see the darkness of the pupils of the eyes? Did you see the smirk? Did you see someone knowing that they could finally unsuperglue that mask off their face and crash it to the ground as they left you isolated in your own house? Think about it. That's what they do. That's why they don't care. That's why they care about nobody on the planet but themselves. Guys, remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.